outside and then landing on all four of BKT tires. Alex Barden, you never cease to amaze us here at Monster Jam with how much effort he put in behind the wheel of that Monster Jam truck. Let's see what you gave him at judgeszone.com. A great first score, 6.812. That is your score to beat. One more time for Alex Barden. Check out the replay up on the video board. Big air up onto the pod in that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck, and then turning the corner as fast as he possibly could from another angle with another big jump up on the pod. So much action right here, only at Monster Jam. In just a bit, we're going to keep things rolling along for the freestyle competition. Looks like we got Velociraptor coming out next. Clint Turner behind the wheel. Des Moines, Iowa. Let's show him some love.
Let me see you lock those scores in now. And then get it out for Clint Turner and Velociraptor.
We had the opportunity to check in yesterday with Velociraptor's driver, Clint Turner. We were talking a little bit about him being on his rookie season here on Arena Championship Series West. He was saying he started to feel even more comfortable each week behind the wheel of that Monster Jam truck. And I gotta say, Cliff, it's definitely showing in your execution on the track. But did the fans love it too? That's the question of the day. The score for Velociraptor is 7.002. A great score. We've got ourselves a new leader and new score to beat. One more time for Velociraptor. Our next competitor already took a bite out of the track with one competition win. Can she take home another one? Let's make some noise for Angelina Knott. Megalodon.
Scoring is now open, Des Moines. I need you to lock those scores in now and then get those big jaws of life out as you get loud for Angelina Knock in Megalodon.
Angelina Knock took us for a wild ride, or should I say wild swim in that wild shark. Check it out, going into a bicycle. I don't even think she meant to do that. I'm pretty sure she was going for some revolutions of donuts on that side of the track. But as we said earlier, the dirt this weekend is very, very tacky. So those Monster Jam tires are sticking to the dirt for every one of these maneuvers. The scores are now locked at judgezone.com. And the score for Megalodon is... We've got ourselves another new leader, 8.454. One more time for Megalodon.
Monster Jam fans, we're having a great time here, aren't we today? I'm hanging out with my pals here, Drake and Adonis. We're talking about how much fun we're having here in freestyle. I just sometimes crush it, sometimes they crash it. And I want to see if you're good at predicting who's going to crush it, who's going to crash it. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a video up on the board. We're going to stop it halfway through, and you have to tell us whether you think the truck is going to crush it or crash it. Let's take a look at the video board now as we got Wrigley Bailey Serpent up on the pod. Now, in a precarious position, crush it or crash it. Drake, what do you think?
Crush it!
Crush it is the guess. Let's see if that's what happens. It was a crash. Crashed it there, Drake. But you know what, Des Moines? I think Drake deserves something for coming up here and giving it a whirl. What do you guys think? Everyone seems to agree. Well, Drake, I saw you were here with your family. I know after I'm done at a Monster Jam event with my family, I'm hungry. And there's nothing better when you're hungry than Texas Roadhouse. So I got you this gift certificate for $50 to Texas Roadhouse. You can take the family out. You know what? If you want to get desserts only, that's totally fine. Mom and Dad, they'll let you do it, I hope. But take them out to Texas Roadhouse. That's my favorite place to go after a fun event of Monster Jam. Let's hear it one more time for Drake. Let's hear it for Texas Roadhouse. And who's ready for more Monster Jam?
If you're in the mood for a hearty hand-cut steak and tasty made-from-scratch sides, head on down to Texas Roadhouse for legendary food and legendary service. Download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app to join the waitlist, and be sure to scan the QR code right up there on the video board tonight for a free appetizer. go for the Morgan and Morgan backflip, but was that enough for the top spot? Scores are locked at judgeszone.com, and the score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is 9.600. That is your new score to beat right here for the freestyle competition. Check out the super movement to the action you play, big air, throwing the puppy dog to and fro, and then a little bit of a slap feeling. And once again, that Morgan and Morgan back with perfect execution as he lands on all fours and pops it right back up again on those front two BKT calls. We got more action coming up next, celebrating 25 years since the debut of that crazy bull. It's our 2025 Fall Stadium Series champion. Please help me welcome Armando Castro and Armando Castro was on a roll, just sending that Monster Jam truck up and over the pod, and then that last maneuver, check it out, that sky wheelie, and then boom, lands right on those back two BKT tires in the Monster Jam truck. He says it all the time, it is not easy, but look at that big air. Des Moines, Iowa, did you like what you saw? Make sure you get that score in for Armando Castro. We gotta see who's gonna take home the freestyle competition. Right now, Monster Mutt Dalmatian is in the lead with 9.600. As scores continue to tabulate, we're turning on over right now to see what the score for El Toro Loco is. Let's take a look at the video board. Enough for third place, still a great score, 8.320. One more time for El Toro Loco.
We're having Monster Jam with the freestyle, aren't we? What a good time. You know, we have a new member of the Monster Jam family, Bailey Circuit. And Bailey Circuit has all sorts of questions for us, the Monster Jam fans. We have what's called Bailey Wonders. Bailey, what are you wondering today?
Who hits the ground harder? A Monster Jam truck or a ringling acrobat?
So Bailey's asking us, what hits the ground harder, a Monster Jam truck or a ringling acrobat? Well, we just saw a Monster Jam truck hit the ground. Let me ask you, Des Moines, who thinks it's a ringling acrobat? No one in Des Moines. Who thinks it's a Monster Jam truck? After what we just saw, I don't blame you, but you know what, Bailey? You're the one that knows. What's the answer? What does hit the ground harder?
The Monster Jam truck hits way harder. It can land with over 100,000 pounds of force. That's like a herd of elephants. A ringling acrobat only hits with a few thousand pounds of force. Winner, Monster Jam Truck.
Des Moines, you definitely know your Monster Jam trucks. I mean, look at that, we hold the ground after the win. Toro Loco hit it, am I right? But we've got even more action for all of you. Who's ready for more Monster Jam?
Des Moines, thanks to all of your generous donations for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Once again, we have raised over $61,000 now this season. We started the weekend at 57, but thanks to all of you, we've been really doing a great job. That's right, yeah, a round of applause for that. We are all working together for a larger cause, and that's to help fight childhood cancer. And I gotta hand it to you, we have our St. Jude ambassador of the event, and it goes to Angelina in Megalodon. She's on a roll this weekend. Let's show her some love. Put your hands together for our Daredevil Diva one more time. Turn your attention back on up to the video board. We're going to take a look at the competition so far. We've got Monster and Dalmatian, the only Monster Jam truck to cross that 9-point threshold, 9.600. The highest score for freestyle that he's received this weekend. It's no secret how talented he is, but right behind him, Megalodon and Toro Loco. This is actually really interesting to see. They're not that far apart as far as the score goes, but Megalodon has really been inching further and further up the total pole against her fellow competitors. And there you have it, rounding out the top 5, Velociraptor and Earthshaker as well. But we still have some more freestyle action coming up. Our next competitor of the freestyle competition from Williamsport, Maryland, our 2024 Arena West champion, it's Cody Jinger. A great first start to the freestyle round, but I have some unfortunate news. Keep in mind that as far as the judging criteria goes, each driver must complete at least 15 seconds of their run to qualify for a score at judgeszone.com. So unfortunately, Jinger will not be receiving a score for Monster Jam Freestyle this afternoon. I know that's not how he wanted to end his weekend in Moines, Iowa. But Monster Jam fans, let's actually pump him up a little bit, show him some love. Put your hands together one more time for Cody. Keep those smartphones out, Monster Jam fans. We still have a little more freestyle action. If you didn't get the opportunity to scan that QR code earlier for a free appetizer at Texas Roadhouse, there it is once again on the video board. I gotta say, Monster Jam fans, I went to Texas Roadhouse last night and it was spectacular as usual. So many options from steak to pork chops, salmon, shrimp, and more. Scan the QR code for that free appetizer because Texas Roadhouse is the place to be right here in Des Moines, Iowa. Check it out, Monster Jam fans! competition, sending that Monster Jam truck to and fro. Keep in mind, one of the first parts of the criteria is use of all areas of the ramp. And that's exactly what he did. Scores are now locked at JunkerZone.com. And the score for Jurassic Attack is... And up for fourth place, a great score, Tim, not 8.141. Monster Jam fans, give it up one more time for Jurassic Attack. I've just received word that unfortunately we will not be seeing our final competitor due to some breakage in the back, which means your freestyle winner is Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Looks like Blake Ranger is taking home another freestyle competition win of the series, now totaling 17. But your BKT overall event champion is, once again, Toro Loco. That's right, Armando Castro was a finalist in the JCB Racing competition, and he received 6 points in the 2-wheel skills challenge as well as freestyle, total of 19 points. Monster Jam fans, since Saturday afternoon, we have had 3 events here in Des Moines, Iowa. El Toro Loco, Armando Castro, has taken home all 3 of the BKT overall event championships this weekend. We'll have the opportunity to hear from him in just a moment. Now he's at 15 total for the season. Give it up for him one more time, Monster Jam fans.
Armando Castro, 3 for 3, swept the weekend. Once again, I'm handing you a BKT overall event championship, and you have closed the gap on the series leader. You're 50 points away from possibly being that #1 spot.
Yeah, you know, back in 2024, I was on tour with Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, you know, one of the Regiment Andersons. Such an iconic last name, and we were behind in points, and we came back at the very end. It literally came down to the last event in Denver, Colorado Springs, and we were able to take our very first Arena Series championship, man. It would mean the world if I could do it again. It sure is going to be tough. Blake Ranger's in that #1 spot. He's very consistent. I'm going to try my best to come out here and take that #1 spot, but he's not going to make it easy on me. Win or lose, man, we just hope we get invited to Monster Jam World Finals and have fun. Just like we passed this thing down to my hands, I'm going to pass it down to the real champions here tonight and this weekend. And this is my boy Daniel and my boy right here. These guys are the real heroes of Monster Jam. These technicians are always busting their tail behind the scenes, making sure these Monster Jam trucks are running at 110% for you Monster Jam fans to come out here and tear it down. I gotta go home. These guys gotta stay here the weekend and fly to the next weekend, get it all ready to go for again. But I thank you guys enough for coming out. This is my first time in Des Moines, Iowa. I had so much fun. We left our mark. We swept the weekend. More than anything, thank you guys for supporting and filling those seats. We love you guys. Hope to come back again. Arriba los Latinos, we love you. If you have fun on Monster Jam, make some noise!
And of course, Blake Ranger. They always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. You came through, you got a very fun win in freestyle. Always a treat to get to see you do that.
100%, man. You know, it's crazy. Last year, right here in Des Moines, we won almost all the events. We had a great weekend, and this year, it just wasn't our weekend. But you know what? That's part of Monster Jam, man. You never know what's going to happen, and that's what's so cool about battling for a championship. It's any man's game, or lady, at any time. Hats off to Angelina, man, taking that 2-wheel skills win. That girl's on fire, man. It's so awesome to watch. She pulled out her maybe first or second combo of the year, the biggest skywheelie I may have ever seen. So hats off to you, girl. But hey, did you guys have fun at Monster Jam? Let me hear you. Yeah, and I've been waiting all weekend to ask this one question. Where my dogs at?
Let's hear it. Blake Ranger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
An incredible event culminates once again with Armando Castro taking leadership for his first time ever here in Des Moines, Iowa. Hats off to him and his entire team. And I gotta shout out my girl, Angelina Knock, taking home her first career ever two-wheel skills challenge win.